What's up, everybody? Welcome to Module 6. In this module, we are learning all about the world of Instagram, and I'm going to be teaching that to you. If you don't know, I am Chastity. I'm at Through the Lens on Instagram. I'm a photographer, content creator, and I help others learn how to monetize your Instagram and build your business. So I'm super excited to be here. I hope you guys are excited to learn all this valuable information that Erin, her team, and I have all put together for you. So let's go ahead and get right in. So what we'll be covering in this first section is starting a new Instagram versus converting your current Instagram, the pros and cons of that whole thing. And then next we'll go over actually showing you how to start a new Instagram, go over how to we'll be showing you how to convert your current Instagram. We'll be going over important terminology in the Instagram world, as well as the algorithm and how important consistency is. So starting a new Instagram versus converting your current Instagram account. Obviously, there's going to be pros and cons of each, and personally, I feel like you can't really go wrong either way. I kept my personal Instagram and converted that. But yeah, let's go ahead and just go over the pros and cons of each. So the pros of starting a new Instagram would be, one, that you have a more narrowed audience. So you don't have any of those creepy followers from high school who are just creeping around, not really liking any or interacting with any of your things. Maybe you don't even know how they got on your following list, but when you start a new Instagram account and you start catering towards your ideal follower, your ideal client, your entire audience is going to be composed of that. So that's really going to help your engagement rate as well, because the way the algorithm works is it shows your post to a certain percentage of your audience, and depending on how your audience reacts to that post, it's either going to show that to more people or move it down the timeline and be less likely to land in front of your audience's eyes. So yeah, obviously if you have a bunch of ghost followers who don't interact with your things, then it's not going to be really good for your engagement rate. Whereas if you start new, then everyone that you're attracting to be your follower is hopefully going to be engaging with your stuff. It also offers the opportunity for a fresh start, so you don't have to worry about, oh, do I need to delete all my photos? It doesn't flow. My feed looks terrible. Or maybe you posted something really embarrassing like 2 or 3 years ago. So yeah, getting a fresh start, starting new, having an idea in mind, and then putting it right there in front of you. And then another thing is that you have no friends or family as your followers. So I know this can be something that can be really difficult to get over, is just sharing your online business, sharing your journey, opening up on social media, especially when you're worried about like your old high school friends or family judging you. But yeah, you kind of have to just get over that either way. But starting new, obviously, you don't have any of your friends and family on there. So that would be a pro. And then the cons to starting a new profile is that you probably will see slower growth, especially starting out if you don't entirely know what you're doing to attract followers and all that stuff, which we're going to go over. So hopefully you do kind of get more of an idea on how to do that. But anyways, most of the time people follow what other people are doing. So if someone lands on your account and they see, oh, there's only 50 people following this person, it's probably not good. I'm not going to follow this person. Whereas if you have already like 1,000 followers, people might be like, oh, like this person has quite a few followers, maybe I need to follow them as well. It's kind of like that herd mentality, where the larger you get, the more people are going to kind of, yeah, follow you and follow what everyone else is doing. So we'll be walking you through how to do both, whether you're starting a new Instagram or you're converting your current Instagram into a business account. But yeah, I just wanted to go over the pros and cons. We personally suggest converting your current Instagram. One, because I tried starting a new Instagram when I first started out, but I also wanted to like keep my family updated. Like, oh, I went here, I went traveling here, and for me, managing 2 Instagram accounts was a lot. Which is eventually why I just converted my personal Instagram into my business one, and then I just kept that one from there. Plus, when you're converting your current Instagram, that kind of just knocks the fear of talking about your business in front of people like right out the window. So instead of like putting it off, or something that kind of made me nervous too when I created a new Instagram, is when I would see that one of my like old high school followers or old high school friends would follow me, then I'd be like, like I don't really know if I want to like share what I'm trying to do. Like I'm trying to, be an influencer or a content creator, and I was kind of embarrassed. But yeah, you kind of just need to knock that belief right down. It's just a limiting belief. You live your life for you. So yeah, there's a reason why you feel called to do whatever it is you want to do. So you need to do it. You need to answer that calling. And I promise you, if you do, it will take you to where you want to be, and living your best life. And you'd also be really surprised about your current followers and who reaches out to you and either wants to work with you or wants to get your knowledge. Like, what is it you're doing that I can do this because your life looks so cool? I'm really surprised about the messages I get like that, especially from people who I didn't even know in high school, but we went to high school together, and they've just been following me, and they'll send me a message, and it's just really cool to see that, and to see that people really do look up to you. And I'm really not going to sugarcoat it, because you will have people that like judge you. And I had people unfollow me that I noticed, like, oh, I thought we were friends, but they like unfollowed me as soon as I started like doing all the hashtags and acting like an influencer. But those people are only holding you back. You'll have so many more people who are there supporting you, cheering you on, and those are the ones that you want on your side, right? Not the ones who tear you down and say, oh, what are you doing? You can't do that. Like, who are you? You want the people who are like, oh my gosh, like, I love what you're doing. And that's what really fuels the fire for you to keep going. So yeah, just knock that belief right out. Know that you have people who are going to support you. You're going to inspire people. You're going to help change lives. And that's what's so cool about this Instagram world. Alright, so in this little section, we're going to learn how to create a new Instagram account. So whether you're on your desktop or your phone, the first thing you need to do is open up Instagram. So you can either download the app, or if you're on desktop, just go to Instagram.com. So it'll bring you to this screen. You can create a new account. You can either do it with Facebook, which if you have a business Facebook profile already, then you can definitely do this. There's ways to kind of connect the two and then post at the same time, so you're not individually posting on each app. But anyways, we're not going to get into all that. We're just going to create a new account. So first thing you want to do is enter your mobile number or email. Next, you want to put in your full name. I'm going to create an account for my cat, so I'm going to use his name. You can put first name, last name, whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. Anyways, moving on, the next thing you want to do is pick a username. So your username is actually what is referred to as your Instagram handle. We'll go over this terminology later on. But it's important for your username to be something that is easy to remember and clear to read. So you don't want it to be just a bunch of random letters, because if someone were to see that somewhere else, whether it was a different app, whether someone was talking about it, whether it got shared, whatever, if they see that, they're not going to remember what exactly to put in to find you again. So you want it to be something that's easy to remember and easy to read. So for Grady's account, I'm going to do grady.the.campercat. Because we live in a camper, and yeah, it's easy to remember, easy to read. And then next you'll create a password. So sign up. Verify, it'll ask you to verify your birthday. I think it just does this to make sure you are over the age of like 15 or something like that. Anyways, you'll get a confirmation code. So once you get into your email and you find that verification code, you want to type it in, go next. And now it's time to set everything up. So first you'll click Edit Profile, and here is where you will kind of set everything up. So this right here, your name, this is how people discover your account. So it's actually really good to include your niche or whatever it is you do. So if you're an online coach or whatever, this is the spot to place it. So here I'm going to put Adventure Cat. Here I'm going to put Adventure Cat treats and naps. So if people are searching Adventure Cat, this profile is going to show up for that. And then treats and naps, I just kind of put something funny in there if you want to put like tacos or burritos or whatever. Your profile, what you have in your header, everything, that is really going to determine whether somebody likes you or not, whether they click that follow button or not. So feel free to show your personality, let people know who you are, and then, yeah, people can resonate with that. So then we have our username, Grady the Camper Cat. Here you can put your website if you have one. And then in your bio. So your bio, again, just tells people who you are. And what you have here really is going to determine whether somebody clicks that follow button or they leave your page. So being able to express who you are and what you do in as little words as possible is super, super important. So I really like doing this on my phone because I can add emojis in there, and that again lets people kind of get a feeling for who you are by what emojis you use. But since we're on the desktop here, I will just leave it blank for now and kind of tell you what I would have in my bio. So I have, hi, I'm Grady the Camper Cat. Here I'd probably put like a little camper emoji or a cat emoji. We're going to enter. Follow my journey across the US while I sleep and my parents explore. So this is telling the viewer who Grady is, what he does, and it has a call to action. So it's saying follow my journey. It's telling people what you want them to do. And this is just kind of like a little human psychology trick. When someone reads something like a command like that, they're going to be more apt to follow it than if that command wasn't there. So having a call to action in your bio is super beneficial, especially if you're trying to get people to click on your website, whether you're trying to get people to just simply follow you, whatever it is, I really encourage you to have a call to action in your bio. And it can be direct or it can be indirect. So something that would be indirect would be, if you're looking for ordinary, you've come to the wrong place. So that's insinuating that you are in the right place, you're on their page for a reason, and you should be following them because it's far from ordinary. So I really encourage you to get creative with your bio. Don't be afraid to tell people who you are. Get your vibe across. And make sure you have a call to action. And then the last thing you want to do is choose a good profile photo. So I have this photo of Grady right here. Choose this. And for some reason, photos that have a light blue kind of tone or a blue tone always perform better in the number of followers they get. I learned this from a course that I took where the guy actually took 1,000 accounts, and out of those thousands, he looked at the top, I think, 100, and then he saw something that was similar in the top accounts, like within those 100, and each one had a light blue photo. So I don't know why that is. I think maybe blue kind of symbolizes trust or loyalty or something, and it makes people want to click on that and see who this person is. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, I've always had a blue photo since then, and yeah, it hasn't hurt, so. After that, you just want to come down here and submit, and you're done. And here is a little tutorial on how to convert your current Instagram into a business account. So I'm going to show you guys how to turn your personal account into a business account, and we're going to do this on the app because honestly I'm not really sure if you can do this on desktop, or at least I haven't been able to find out where that is. So anyways, you'll want to download the app to your phone or your iPad or stylus or whatever. I don't even know if those have Instagram. Anyways, the first thing you want to do is click the 3 dots in that top right corner. That'll bring you to this page, and then you'll go to settings, account, and the blue line, the blue words at the bottom, blah, switch to professional account. So you'll click on that, and then you'll see with the professional account, you get to learn about your followers, so you'll get all sorts of insights. You get to reach more people because you can promote your posts and everything, and you get new contact options. So anyways, click continue, and then here, this is what's going to show up as like who you are, what you do sort of thing. So already it has photographer on there. But for Grady's account, I'm going to just do public figure because he's a cat and he doesn't really do anything. And then you can decide whether to display this on your profile or not. But anyways, you can put pretty much anything you want here, like online coach, health coach, fitness coach, wellness coach, business coach, anything like that. Or if you're a digital creator or photographer, yeah, so that's where that will go, and then you'll click done. And then here you'll decide whether you want to be a creator or a business account. So a creator is best for public figures like Grady, content producers, artists, and influencers. But if you're trying to run more of like a business, then a business page is obviously going to be best for you. It's best for retailers, local businesses, brands, organizations, or service providers. So next, and then that's pretty much it. It's going to prompt you to finish completing your account. It just wants you to add your website and stuff, I guess, but yeah, you can do that all on your own time. You just plug in what it says to plug in. I don't think I need to go in and explain that. But anyways, you'll see once you have the business or creator profile, you'll get all sorts of insights. And each of these insights you can click on and it goes over so many different things. So that's what's really useful about having a creator or a business account, is that you do get these insights. You are able to kind of test and see what resonates with your audience, what people really react to, and what are the good posts to post, so that you can keep posting that and grow your reach and yeah, build that relationship with your audience. So anyways, that was that tutorial. I hope you guys found that helpful, and thanks for watching. Alright, so let's go ahead and go over some important terminology that you'll need to know if you are turning your Instagram into a business. So the first thing we're going to talk about is an Instagram handle. So your handle is your public username and an important aspect of branding and name recognition for many influencers and brands. So again, we kind of went over this earlier in starting a new Instagram. You want your handle to be something that is easy to remember and clear to read. The reason you want it to be like this is because if somebody sees your handle on like a different page, maybe somebody's talking about it, somebody shared it, maybe you shared it on a different platform, whatever it may be, you want it to be something that kind of sticks with people and they're able to remember it and go and look you up later on. Whereas if it's a bunch of like random letters, or it's not really clear, or it's like weird spelling or something along the lines of that, people aren't going to remember, and then they're not going to be able to find you. So yeah, as you can see here with Aaron's page, Adventures with Aaron, super easy, 2 A's because there's 2 A's in Aaron. Yeah, I feel like I could definitely remember that and type that in later on. Good job, Aaron. So the next thing we're going to talk about is hashtags, because hashtags are such an important part about having a presence on Instagram. So a hashtag is a word or phrase preceded by the symbol. It's a pound symbol, it's a hashtag, it's a number symbol, whatever it is you want to call it, that thing, that classifies or categorizes the accompanying text. So hashtags are going to be how like-minded people find your page. There are tons of people constantly searching hashtags, looking through the content, or hashtags are also how you get on the explore page. So the certain hashtags that a profile uses, if somebody likes those photos, say they like a lot of adventure photos, on their explore page, what the algorithm is going to do is anyone who uses an explore or outdoor or nature hashtag, that's going to show that person those hashtags on their explore page. I hope that made sense. But yeah, hashtags are super important. It's really important to have narrowed down hashtags. We can go over later my hashtag strategy, but yeah, hashtags are super important. Don't feel like cliche or weird using hashtags. I feel like that was a weird fear that I had to go over when I was first starting out as well. But yeah, hashtags are super important. They're really going to help people find your account, your content, and yeah, it can really increase your reach, your growth. The next thing we're going to talk about is a headline. So a headline is words set at the head of a passage to introduce or categorize. So as you can see here, we have the do's and don'ts of pitching. So your headline is the first thing that someone's going to see on your post and is generally the deciding factor between keep reading or continuing to scroll past your post and not reading. So anyone who is interested in learning how to pitch to brands, when they see this, the do's and don'ts of pitching, that is the hook that catches them. They're going to say, oh my gosh, yeah, I really need to read more. So they're going to click keep reading, read your caption, and the algorithm is really dependent on whether people do that or not. So the algorithm actually tracks whether people click on keep reading or if they just scroll past your post. And if more and more people click on keep reading, then it's going to show your post to more and more people. So that's why having a headline, having a good hook that encourages people to keep reading is really going to be beneficial to your Instagram. And then the last thing we're going to talk about is lifestyle marketing. So lifestyle marketing is a marketing approach that where a brand ties itself to and embodies the aspirations, ideals, values, and aesthetics that their target market identifies with. So basically, marketing yourself, sharing your personal aspirations, ideals, values, and aesthetics with your audience, therefore connecting with others who are similar to you and have similar aspirations, ideals, values, and aesthetics. This is what is really going to help you connect to others. And whether you're working for brands trying to promote their products or you're selling your own products, connection sells. So if you have a connection with people and they trust you, then you're going to see a lot more conversions than if you weren't doing those things. So the focus is primarily on you and secondarily on whatever product or service you sell. The team or clientele is built by people wanting to work with you and wanting to purchase the product or service secondarily. The way we use lifestyle marketing specifically is by sharing our goals, visions, lessons, interests, and lifestyle with our audience to build a know, like, and trust factor, while consistently sharing information about the opportunity to work with us so that our audience has a clear idea of what we offer and how they can work with us if that's what they feel called to do. Alright, so the next thing we're going to go over is algorithm and consistency. So Instagram is all about monetization, right? Instagram's a business and they're trying to make money. So how would they make money? By keeping more and more people on the app. But Instagram itself doesn't keep people on the app, right? It's the influencers, the content creators, the interesting accounts. Those are all the ones that keep people scrolling, keep them liking, keep them watching stories. So Instagram is going to reward the accounts who keep their followers on the app longer. So if you want to keep your audience engaged, it's really important to kind of learn what the algorithm likes and what people like. So we have to remember that the algorithm is actually just what people prefer. The algorithm in itself isn't like its own mysterious being. It takes off the information of what people like, and then according to that, if your content matches that, more and more people are going to like it, which is going to please the algorithm. It's going to keep showing people because obviously it's a good post. So the algorithm, and again, actually people, prefer faces. We are emotional beings, right? We act on emotion. So if you're able to portray a certain emotion in a photo, that's going to resonate with people a lot more. They're going to be more willing to interact with that than a photo of, the back of your head or like a far away photo. Maybe you're standing way in the distance. So the algorithm really, really does like faces. If people can see your face and your emotion in your photos, then they're going to get a lot more interaction than otherwise. The algorithm also likes bright and clear images. So content quality is so very important, and this doesn't mean that you need to go out and buy a camera, but be conscious of the content that you're putting out there. Make sure it's bright, make sure it's clear, make sure it has a nice edit on it, and yeah, people are going to react to that a lot more than a kind of unclear, blurry photo that looks like it was taken with a potato. Another thing that people or the algorithm prefer is a powerful message. So I don't know if you've seen this, I definitely have seen this a lot more recently, is people sharing quotes and powerful messages on their stories all the time. So if you create content that people are already conditioned to like and share, which basically you can just take what you see other people sharing and liking and kind of recreate that in your own way. But anyways, yeah, if you create content like that, then people are going to share it, it's going to please the algorithm, and then they're going to show more and more people. Another thing that you can do is utilize all Instagram's features to increase your reach and ensure your work continues to get in front of your audience. So again, Instagram is all about monetization. They reward the accounts who keep people engaged and keep them on the apps. So if you're using all of their features, then they're going to reward you and they're going to promote your account. Another thing you can do is utilize new features to get posts boosted. So Instagram loves promoting themselves. So whenever they come out with a new feature, like Reels, for example, if you use Reels, especially if you do this in the first week that they release a new feature, they're really, really going to reward you because they want people to see that that is a new feature. So anyone who uses it, they're going to promote them. They're going to show their post to more and more people because, yeah, they want people to know what the new feature is. So yeah, anytime Instagram rolls out a new feature, whether it's on stories or like they just did with the Reels, I highly recommend getting on top of that, learning how to use it, and doing that within the first week or so. You can also leverage scheduling apps to pre-plan your post and maintain consistency. So consistency, guys, I cannot stress how important consistency is because you want your audience to know who you are. You want them to have a connection with you, and the best way to do that is to show up consistently. Give them the opportunity to get to know who you are. Don't just be someone who shows up every like 2 or 3 weeks and then people find you again and they're like, oh my gosh, I forgot you even existed. You want to remain a presence on social media, and you want people to get to really know you, what your life is about, what you do, who you are. So consistency is so, so very important. So yeah, you can use scheduling apps to kind of plan your posts out. This really helped me when I was still working a full-time job, or when I was traveling a lot. It was really hard for me to stay consistent with my posting because we wouldn't really always have Wi-Fi. But using scheduling apps really helped with that. I will say though, it's best if you can post and engage right after you post, which we'll kind of go over later. But I use scheduling apps as kind of a last resort if I know I'm not going to be able to post right then and there and then engage afterwards. So anyways, yeah, we'll go over that later, why that's important. But anyways, I really like Post Early or Later is also a really good scheduling app, and you can also like plan your feed on these apps and stuff like that. Post Early was really good because you can add the first comment, which I like putting my hashtags in the comments. So yeah, Post Early was cool because you can actually do that through the app. Anyways, I wouldn't recommend adding more than 2 apps that have your Instagram login info because Instagram's kind of weird about third-party apps. Obviously, they don't want people to buy followers or buy likes and stuff like that. So if you have a bunch of apps that have your Instagram login, Instagram actually knows that, and it could really mess up the algorithm and your organic engagement. It probably won't tell you anything, but yeah, it definitely knows when you give your information to a third-party app, and any more than 2 can really affect your reach. So to recap everything that we just went over, we went over starting a new Instagram versus converting your current Instagram into a business account, the pros and cons of each. We went over actually how to do both of those, the important terminology of Instagram, like what a handle is, what hashtags are, and then of course learned a little bit about Instagram algorithm and consistency. So the action steps that you can take for this little lesson is decide whether you'll be starting a new Instagram or converting your current one. And I really encourage you to download later or post early so that you can start being consistent, showing up when you need to, and being there for your audience, being a presence on social media. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you found this information valuable, and I will see you in the next little lesson.